So as time went on, we got to know each other a bit better and started dating. And I think, being Christians, we thought, well, we're not dating for mucking around. We're not going to muck around. So we sort of realised that we were pretty keen, and I guess we just discussed the important things, and we realised we were on the same page and really wanted to, if we're going to make this happen, if we're going to have a crack, then we're going to be serious about it. So, I think we dated for 2.5 months, and then we'd actually picked a ring out, etc. But she didn't know when I was going to propose, so I proposed a couple of months later. The thing is that the unfortunate thing is that not everyone agrees with the decisions we make in life. So a lot of people, some of my friends, a couple of members of my family didn't exactly agree with my decision to leave the lady I was engaged to for the reasons that I left her, and I guess didn't really take my now to be wife on board too well. This is going back 3 years ago now, 3.5 years. So yeah, look, it's tough. Like, God's done a lot of good things for me, and I think part of, the Bible clearly says being a Christian isn't going to be a smooth ride. So some people, they didn't like what I decided to do, and I've lost friends over that. At the moment, I'm still trying to work out some relationship issues with a couple of members in my family, all because of the decision to follow Jesus and live a life as close to His ways as possible, I guess. But also the decisions I made, again, they have an outcome, and that outcome was that I lost some friends and relationships over that. But I'm still praying and trusting God that they will be restored, because nothing's impossible for God, and no one's got too hard a heart that He can't soften. So I really love those people, and I really believe that God's going to somehow touch their hearts, and over time we'll be able to regain a relationship and a friendship. Yeah, so we got married later that year, and that was just a really special time. So I mentioned earlier that my mum and dad had split up when I was 10. Now, 15 years later, which is when I started to become a Christian and my life started to change, my mum noticed a difference in me. She noticed a change, and she noticed a joy and a happiness. Now, I said before, they're both Christians, always have been. But sometimes, Christians, people can fall away, It's all about growth and learning, and God teaches us things through trials, and obviously splitting up with someone you love and care about is a hard thing, and that was a huge trial for our family. But we were still a family, And now the thing was that God used my salvation, my story, by getting to me. God got to my mum, and probably a year and a half after I got I got saved, she'd seen all those changes in me, and she realised what she was missing. She realised that she was far from God, and she'd walked away. Still believed, but walked away, you know. So she started to come back to church, which was so cool. She started to listen, and God was obviously speaking to her heart. And she started to want to hang out with Dad a bit more. And over, I don't know, maybe 6 months or so, on Father's Day, they said, we're gonna have a go at getting back together. And it was just one of those fantastic days. You know, God's always working. He can show us things or bring us new understandings and revelations and things like that. Go on, get out. And yeah, obviously he did that for Mum, and she started to see Dad the way she used to see him. And yeah, they ended up getting back together, and they've been together for 2.5 years now. So I just thank God for that, because it's so cool to see. Yeah, I can't explain it. It's such an awesome thing. You just don't hear of people splitting up for 15 years and then coming back together. I haven't heard a story like that, and I credit that to God. I really do. Yeah, it's just awesome. So, look, I love you guys. There's obviously, there's other details in my story, but look, I'll probably talk long enough. That's my story of becoming a Christian. That's my story that changed my life. And there is a God. I really believe I've experienced a God. He's real. He's there, but he wants you to step out and seek him. He's always tapping you on the shoulder. He's always knocking on your door. Please just have a think about it. Have a think about why you're here, what the purpose of life is, and where you're going once you die. Because if the Bible's true, which I strongly believe it is, there's two outcomes, and I really want to see you in heaven. And God wants you there. He loves you. He gave you life for a reason, and he wants you to be there. He knows you personally. He knows everything about you. Come on, get out. Come on. He knows everything about you, and he wants to help you in life. He wants to pull you out of the things you're stuck in. He wants to pull you out of bad habits. Yeah, he just cares about you. And if he didn't, he wouldn't have sent Jesus to die for every sin that you've ever committed and offer you forgiveness for everything you've ever done, and everything you ever will do will be forgiven. Pick up a Bible, have a read. God will speak to your heart. Don't give up. A way I like to explain it is that if you go looking for gold, you might dig 3 holes and give up. Oh, there's no gold here. Well, you've only tried 2 or 3 times. You've only dug 3 holes. Keep looking, and you'll find the gold. There's plenty of verses that promise that. God says that if you seek me with all your heart, if you truly want to find me, I promise you, you will. When I got saved, someone gave me this little booklet. If you're in Australia, you can find it on Koorong, Koorong. Koorong. It's a website, a book site. This is written by Nicky Gumbel. It's called Why Jesus. It's very simple. It explains who Jesus is, why he came, but it also explains a lot of other things why we need God, and freedom from fear and freedom from addiction. Yeah, so I really encourage you to check that out. It really helped me a lot. I'm a simple man, not a great reader, but this is really good. And this book here, this is real. I strongly encourage you to check it out for yourself. It's about you and God, and I just care about you enough to share this with you. So take care, message me, check us out on Facebook, Instagram, leave us a comment on YouTube, and I'll check it on a regular basis and try not to miss any comments. I love you guys. Yeah. Cheers. Thanks for listening.